welcome to you. My name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I'm coming to you from the beautiful tropical Whitsundays in central to northern Australia, and I was just thinking about this video and I thought I'd put my thoughts on tape now. So this video is the Birkin a status symbol? And this conversation was started by Andre and Yota, and apologies for the building noise in the background. I can't do much about that, but I'll check this footage and hopefully it's okay to put up. And Andre tagged me to continue the conversation along with a bunch of other people, probably because she has an idea of what I think about the Birkin, but I'm going to surprise you here with my point of view. So I'd been thinking about a couple of video ideas, and they all kind of merge into this one, and I guess they can come under this title, which is around luxury isn't elite anymore, and therefore, spoiler alert, executive summary, I don't believe that the Birkin bag is a status symbol anymore. And there's a few reasons for that. Status is usually defined by income brackets, where you live, your net wealth, and those sorts of things. And if you think about the kind of people that you and I know who are on YouTube, I'm talking about, not in our real lives because it's a very condensed community, that are buying Birkins or other Hermès items, I'm not thinking that people who are truly wealthy, and I'm talking about the top tier of people who have status, are making YouTube videos about how to score a Birkin. I just don't think that that's the case. I'm going to take a punt and say that people that are purchasing Birkins these days are maybe the middle class, maybe the upper middle class, maybe even the working class might be prioritising some of their spending into luxury handbags. So does it mean that you have status if you're carrying around a Birkin? I don't think so. Because the reality is, and certainly it's a reality for some places, say in Australia, where people will be driving around a car that's worth more or 3/4 of as much as their primary place of residence, because the car gives them status. But then you see the car parked out the front of a house that's falling down and you're like, well, that doesn't really make sense, does it? So I guess, and these are, tough things to talk about, but I don't think carrying a bag or wearing a piece of Cartier jewelry or whatever defines status. I think it defines what taste you have in fashion and accessories and the things that you enjoy, but I don't think it gives you any status. And certainly we see in the realms of Instagram and YouTube, people investing a lot of money in handbags, but not in clothing. So again, there's this kind of irony around, can you wear this is great. Excuse the noise, I'll just take a pause. Can you wear a $16,000 handbag with a $20 dress that you got on special from Express or whatever? Like, do those two things, I'm all for high, low, do whatever you want, but my point is, I don't think that means that you have any elevated status in society. I think it just means you're carrying an expensive handbag. And let's just keep digging myself into a hole. So the next point that I wanted to make, I watched a video that Caitlin Pulowski did recently, and she's talking about how, in terms of, to try and court sales associates at Hermès to get served or be able to be eligible to purchase a bag, and if you don't know anything about the Hermès journey, like here's a little conversation that Connor and I had about it on our recent video collaboration. I'll put that in here. Tell me about this Hermès journey.
So,
like, why can't you just go to the shop and buy a bag that you want?
So Hermès have this marketing scheme where if you want to purchase a certain type of bag that you like, you have to purchase other items in their store, like scarves or like costume jewellery or homewares, to be eligible to be offered one of their expensive bags.
Okay, but if I get offered a bag, how do I know which bag I want? Like, can I try them on?
No, you don't know. They will just offer you a bag.
But can I look at them on the shelves first?
No, they're not on the shelves.
So it's a bag shop without bags?
But yeah, basically.
Right, and I don't know if I'm going to like the bag.
No.
But I have to buy the things.
Yes.
To be offered a bag.
Yes, and
I get to pick the colour?
No.
Oh. Okay, so it's like a lucky dip.
Yes, but the fun part is the lucky dip prize is like $20,000.
So yeah, Caitlin said something like, actually, I'll put her clip in too.
Experiences and where you live in the world. Like, you guys know I'm based in Australia. I don't know if a lot of SAs just look at me and be like, oh, another, 20-something white girl with a credit card, here she comes.
Even sales associates in Hermès, whether her perception is true or not, her feeling is, for them, they're not dealing with high status people. They're dealing with everyday people who have the money and want to purchase their goods. It is no longer, Princess Grace and Jane Birkin and and Samantha Jones from Sex and the City who want Birkins. It's every Tom, Dick and Harry, I was going to say. Certainly it feels like that in the YouTube world, but it's not something that's withheld from people at all different levels of status within society. It's become democratized, and I think that is saying a lot for the luxury world and how we're spending our money. Vivian Connolly just did a video where she had some really interesting statistics, and I'll link that below, around the huge levels of wealth for the under 25s in Asia, and that they are the biggest market for the European luxury houses. And it just goes to show how society has changed and status has changed, and I don't think the Birkin is the epitome of having made it. And like Caitlin says, I don't think it may have been a bag that you waited and you got as your holy grail bag, whether that was because the thrill of the chase or the price of the bag or whatever it is that motivates people to buy these bags, because certainly I haven't drunk that Kool-Aid yet, but now it's something that people want earlier in their lives. I'm not going to say journey. They want it earlier in their lives because they can, and they want to know what all the fuss is about. So I'm going to make this a really short one and just say, if you want a Birkin today and you can afford one, and you want to wear that Birkin bag with your $20 dress, go ahead. It doesn't mean that you're better than anyone else, though. It just means that you've got a really expensive handbag. And that's all I've got to say about that. So I know that Andrew put it out as a bit of a dare. I don't think it's a surprise to anybody what I think about luxury as some kind of wealth or status symbol. I don't think it is. I see it all over the place. I see it where traditionally it wouldn't belong, and where was I? And on that basis, I just don't think that it is something that elevates the status of anybody. So that may be controversial, it may not be, but I can say that from my castle on the hill, can't I? And don't worry, I appreciate how hilarious this particular setting is for this video. So tell me what you think. Do you think the Birkin is a status symbol? What does it mean for you? Do you think you should have to wait till the end of your, bag purchasing life until you get one? Are you up for the hunt? Would you just buy through a reseller? Do you think that luxury holds status in society? Yeah, I mean, I know that I take a very simplified view of this, and that's because of how I use my luxury. I use it for its purpose, which is I wear my shoes, I use my bags, and I enjoy them, and I don't make a big fuss about them, and I don't draw attention to myself when I'm wearing them. If people know, they know, and that's fine. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there before I continue to babble on any further. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you want to see more about, let's just let these guys keep yelling. If you want to see more about my trip here to the Whitsundays, check out my vlog, which should be going live very shortly. And you'll know if you subscribe and hit the bell when it goes live. So I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Ciao for now.